Instead of waiting a little bit longer, we're going to ask our keynote speaker to come up and to share some words with us. And I'm really honored to be doing this because I've admired this elder for a long time. And if it wasn't for her, those things up in Standing Rock may not be happening right now. And I want everybody to remember that. She's one of the women that put out the call and said, we're not doing this anymore. We're not letting you contaminate our water. And as people said earlier, there's a connection between what we're doing here today and what's going on up at Standing Rock. And Phyllis Young is living proof of that connection, of that resistance. Because the doctrine of discovery is that line. It's the line to the Dakota Access Pipeline. It's the line to the Oak Flats. It's the line to every pipeline that's going across Indian country right now. They're using that as legal justification to deprive us of our territorial integrity. Not the state's territorial integrity, us as nations and peoples. This is our homeland. And they've forgotten that. And the doctrine of discovery allows them to think that this is their land, and it's just not true. And so Phyllis Young has been a member of the American Indian movement since its beginning. She's also the co-founder of the Women of All Red Nations. She's the former chair of the board of the trustees of the National Museum of American Indian and Formal Tribal Council. And she is a freedom fighter. And I don't take those words lightly. She is a freedom fighter. She's fighting for our very lives. She's fighting for water. And it's my honor to ask my auntie to come up and to say some words. So Phyllis, would you do us the honor?
Tante wa stena pe chusa pe. Mini techiawi hemachapi. Na mini yuha najiwi hemachapi. Woman who stands by the water and woman who loves the water. I come from 107 miles of shoreline on the Missouri River. It's my homeland, and there will be no black snake crossing treaty territory. I'm privileged and honored to be here today in the neighborhood of my Hunka sister, Choi Lin. She was my respite on my path to freedom. She was my oasis. She was my restaurant. She was my camp. She was my resting space. She was my spiritual center. She represented every one of those places in my heart and my spirit on my path to freedom. We went to Geneva, Switzerland to petition human rights together. We went to D.C. on the longest walk. So our life as activists were fulfilling. In 1978, we formed the Women of All Red Nations to stop the sterilization of Native women. Not abortion. Abortion is not in our vocabulary because we had to fight sterilization, not only of women, but men as well. It's been a long struggle, a long haul, but freedom is in our DNA. Freedom is in our hair, in every pair that we have. It's in our survival. It's in our instinct. It's our psyche. It's our collective memory of trauma, of war. And we are taking back the collective memory of peace. And we're going to make it work for us. And we're going to create the systems and the methodologies and the ideas. That's how America did the doctrine of discovery. Oh, we'll take an indentured spirit to America. America was founded on an indentured spirit. on slavery, on bondage, conformity, making you adhere to your labor 9 to 5, to your education, and this is the little box that you will learn from, and you will live accordingly. Our freedom at Standing Rock is not indentured. Our freedom is free, and we are going to move aggressively to protect our water. There are 340 nations that have come, including the Nation of Islam. There are over 35 countries that have come. And that is a symbol to us that something is occurring elsewhere in this universe, that we all have a common goal to protect Mother Earth and her water. As women, we have an obligation to embrace the circular motion and to promote it and acknowledge it and to make it work. The linear age of man is over. So let me tell these Takojas, our grandchildren here, that in a decade, there will be no Columbus Day. There will be no center for any ethnic group, because with your ethnicity, you still need water. You still need to drink water. Nazis, wherever you are, you need water. You need to drink water. Freedom is in my DNA, and I have ensured that my children and my grandchildren carry on that DNA. That freedom was in Troy Lynn Yellowwood's spirit. She carried it every day of her life. And this was her struggle. And this was our struggle, was my struggle. She made a good life for herself. She proved herself. She maintained her DNA. So as we go forward, we think in terms of Mother Earth. We are women. All life begins in water. In the womb of the woman, life, human life begins. That's the order of things. That is the order of natural law. And Mother Earth is tilting. She is tilting, and we cannot put her back. So we only have time, and time will tell. Is time on our side? We can do what we can to make it a little slower, because we can never put it back. Her umbilical cord is off kilter, and we, humanity itself, is the cause of that. And we need to stop, and we need to stop it now. So as women, we have the signs, because in our society, Ochete Shakoi is who we are. The 7 council fires. The 7 council fires predate the treaties, the agreements. They predate America. We are the predecessor sovereign of the Western Hemisphere. And nobody will take that away from us. There are 28 nations on the Missouri River. We intend to withdraw our relationship, our protocol with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. But remember, we are Native people, and the United States government has an obligation to every one of us. So we are challenging the military that if you do not defend us, you are guilty of treason. If you continue to block off our highways we will close the borders of our own territory. We are pursuing actions in a defensive mode that we're accustomed to in defending ourselves. But we are also being proactive. We have begun a new community because we have 9,000 people who have come to our homeland, the homeland of Sitting Bull, the last renegade in this country. 9,000 people we are creating proactively. We are canvassing for the vote of the North Dakota seats in Congress. We're running Chase Iron Eyes from our own nation for a congressional seat. We have started a new community. It's a green community. We're not the Green Party. We are the green keepers of Mother Earth. So we have begun with 100 teepees that we will make ready for winter with different forms of heat. Sometimes the smoke from wood doesn't work, so we have to try alternative energies. We have several yurts, the Siberian huts. We have the Inuit huts from the Arctic Circle. We have earth homes. We have dome houses, and we have begun to send people to dome school. We have architects in this country who have donated their architect for us. So we have begun the building of a community. We have become a community. We are no longer a camp. And we are developing with the scientists alternatives, what we call wiwachi, meaning Sundance, because it's the solar energy. It's what you non-Indians knew as cold fusion, that we would develop a model that will be known as wiwachi also. But overall, our energy is called Sundance. We're looking at plasma, another energy. So we are developing technology that will be green, that we will accommodate our communities, and we will have something to offer to the entire world. And if America wants to come with us, because you're welcome, because we have started. We have signed a treaty with those 340 nations to protect our water, foremost, but to divest of all the banks and the financial interests that we all have shares in, and Standing Rock has gone on record in Tribal Council to divest all of their interests in Wells Fargo. We are a universal people. We are a pluralistic society. And we have once been an egalitarian society before America. And we were prohibited for 60 years from practicing our religious ways, our spirituality. Our spirituality is not a square God box down on the street corner that we go once a week, say I'm sorry, and go kill again. Our spirituality is with us every day, every breath that we take. So we intend to push and shove, and we intend to create those methods and those methodologies and social impact assessment before any more development. There are 16 cities prepared to come to Standing Rock when the court decides against us. No court has unilateral authority over Oceti Sakowin. No one circuit judge has unilateral authority over us, and we will defy the courts, the legislature, the Army Corps, the National Guard. We will defy all the rules and the regulations that have been put in a square box that dictate our life to us. No more. Our freedom is free. Our freedom is in our DNA. And we go forward aggressively to protect our people, our nations, America, the world, and the universe, Mother Earth and her water. Lila Wopila.